Hi, how is everyone today? It is very, very windy over here, so if it's very, very windy where you live, be careful. So, Jason's trying to set up our new Echo Dot, and it's not wanting to cooperate.
No, it's not.
He's getting very, very, very angry at it right now. um, well, you guys have heard what happened to us yesterday, I'm sure, and I know Jason said this also, but we can feel a bit trapped sometimes, I guess. And people you guys know yourselves better than anyone else would. Well, that's just the same. We know ourselves better than anyone else would. So we thought we could get a head start on what we had to do, and that wasn't the same picture for everybody involved, and so we ended up having to walk home later and colder than we wanted to. So we did make it home, obviously. We didn't have any coffee. Well, I mean, we had coffee. We didn't drink any coffee when we got home. We should have, because it was getting cold. But not that I forgot, but that incident kind of reminded me of one back in 2009. I forgot if it was 2009 or 10. I was taking a self-defense course at the college. Now, I've told you guys before that wherever Jason and I go, it tends to be people's first experience dealing with Crips, which is fine. I mean, it's kind of sad at the same time, but it's fine because we see it like, okay, well, this is their opportunity to learn something new, and it's our opportunity to learn something new, and so, so I had a bit of confusion. I think I signed up for the wrong class. So the teacher just told me maybe the next class he taught was better suited for me. So I'm like, okay, cool. Well, I waited around because actually, I think I had to call my ride and tell her to come later. But anyway, so I went to the next class because the first class was just a like Taekwondo, and the second class, the one I meant to sign up for, was self-defense. It was still kind of based in Taekwondo, but it was more self-defense based, and that's what I wanted. So the class had 8 or 9 students, including me. So it wasn't very big, especially compared to the other one I accidentally went to. So I felt like it was going to be more like a one-on-one thing. Not, I mean, but there's like, what, an hour and a half of class with only 9 students. So yeah, I kind of thought, So day one of college, sometimes it's not really anything. You just go over the syllabus, you kind of go over some do's and don'ts of the class. You might get into it a little bit, but it's basically not much. And so I think we ended early, and then so I addressed my teacher afterwards, and I said, hey, I believe I asked him if I was the first disabled person he taught. And of course, he said yes, which didn't surprise me, so that's okay. I said, hey, I can get on the floor if you need me to. I'm always in my chair, of course, when I'm out, because I can't get back in by myself. But I said if some other students can help me back in my chair, I can get out of my chair and just do what I have to do. Either way, I can't really do any kicks. I can move my legs, but just kicking, and getting the right force and speed and all that, it was just not, but punch-wise and block-wise and all these other things, I felt like maybe I would have an easier time out of my chair. But so I brought that up to him, and I pretty much just told him, I paid for the class like everyone else. I'm here to learn and do what I can do, and it's going to be an adjustment for both of us. But I was game. So, but what I noticed throughout the semester, I just felt like he was really uneasy teaching somebody who could not stand. And I even saw this, one of my classmates outside of school, I guess, during the semester had broke her leg. And so she and I were just kind of like put in the corner, and the other students, one dropped, so I think there were 6 other students were kicking and punching and doing all this stuff, and the teacher stressed, this is a contact sport, Well, this other student and I were really not touched at all, and I'm thinking, okay, well, if this is a contact sport, no, I don't want to get punched in the face, but if that's what, we're students too, and we paid like everyone else, and I don't know about the other girl, I can't speak for anyone else, but I was there to learn, and so I was like, yeah, that would suck, but hey, maybe I can punch somebody back, I don't know. But at the beginning of class, he'd do our stretches, and so he'd go over there and help me do some modified stretches, and I don't mind modified stuff, it's okay, but that's really all I felt like I was doing, just stretches. We had like a physical test that we had to pass or something like that a couple of times during the semester, and so for that I would get out of my chair, and you have to do a certain number of push-ups and sit-ups and see how you're progressing through the semester and all that, so I could do that and stuff like that, and I did get out of my chair. One time we were doing some falls, and he was teaching us how to land, but we didn't injure ourselves. Of course, I didn't land that properly, because if you guys saw how I get out of my chair in another video, it's totally not how he was teaching us how to fall, and so that was a challenge. But I tried it, and I was cheered on by one of my classmates, and so yeah, won. It's okay. But largely I just felt like I didn't learn what the other students learned, and I was upset, and I left an upset review at the end of the semester. You get to rate your teacher and stuff like that, and I basically just said I really felt like I didn't learn as much as I hoped I would during this semester, and I didn't feel like my teacher was willing to teach somebody different. Now, of course, in doing that, I knew that he would know who it was. They're anonymous or whatever, but only Crippin class is pretty obvious. So I went ahead and signed my name on it and everything. I said, well, So he emailed me afterwards, and he was very upset and everything. But I spoke honestly, and I didn't feel like I got out of the class what everyone else got out of it, and I knew partly that would have been the case. I just didn't realize how much. So that experience was really, I don't know. And Jason and I, we, if we're going to do something, we go into it knowing there's a challenge, obviously, more so than any other person facing the same thing. But if we go into it, then that, that means we want to learn, or we want to do it, or we want to be a part of it, whatever it is going on there. And so I was fully expecting difficulties, but I just felt like I would have been met more positively because I was different. And I had the impression, well, maybe, my teacher has never done this before, so he'll be like, whoa, this will be a new challenge for me too, but that wasn't the case. So, but I am still interested in taking martial arts. I don't know if we have one around here. We did, and I don't know if it's still there. I don't think it's still there actually, but I don't know if I have any opportunity to do that, but I would like to. In my family, like, I guess everybody knows karate, so it must be like ingrained in our heads or something like this. But I feel self-defense is something that everybody, I'm going to say especially women, but everybody could know and should know. So I just thought, hey, I mean, God forbid I ever have to use it, but I want to know what I'm doing here. So, but I had the mindset I could do anything. Yes, there's challenges. Yes, there's a thing that nobody else has to face or deal with in the class. But if that's what I want to do, and especially, as a person, and then as a Crip, also, I'm just like, I can do this. I can do this. And so I went after it like, I can do this. And that's kind of what I wanted to. And yeah, it didn't pan out the way I had hoped, I guess. But I know a lot of Crips get in that mindset, and it's not that we're all lazy. It's not you guys aren't being lazy, or you guys aren't being just like you don't want to do anything. But sometimes if maybe other people don't see your vision or your goal the way you do, they can kind of like indirectly put you down. And it's not, maybe they're not meaning to. I really can't, say what they're thinking, but maybe they, like, my mom told me one time that she just didn't see it for my life. Now, I'm sure she wasn't being hateful or rude or anything like that, but she said she just couldn't see it for my life, and therefore she just didn't even imagine me doing it, whatever it was, that may have been challenging. But you guys can do whatever you want. One thing my karate teacher did say that I hold true, because I totally believe this, is he said, once you reach adulthood, after you're 18, and certainly after you're 21, your life is in your hands. Whatever you do, whatever you say to people, whatever happens, you have complete control over that. And I totally believe that. So I see it like my duty to tell people that, and to be positive and energetic and loving, and because someone's going to see me, and if I'm negative and hateful and all kinds of stuff, that they might think that's how that they should act, or maybe just something. And I really feel like people have an example. They should be an example to other people, and it should be an example, a good example to themselves too. And so I guess that's just what I was trying to maybe prove to myself, or prove to others, that though it's going to be challenging, I can do it. And yeah, I want to go further in that I did get my my yellow belt. So you start off with the white belt, and then you go one stripe, and then two stripes. I forgot if there's 3 yellow stripes on the white belt or 2, and then we got our yellow belt. But I think I took notes and everything of what we learned, and maybe I just need to go over them again. But I don't know if I have really earned my yellow belt because of I didn't feel like I did everything I could have done, maybe, or was coached into, or I don't know. But you guys have a lot of stuff that maybe you don't know you're capable of doing, which is good. It's good, and I mean, it's not good if you don't know that, but it's good because there's just so much about you and so much and all you have to do is just say, I can do this, So that's my story. And I don't know, just always push yourself, don't kill yourself over it, of course, but always push yourself to do better and be greater and all these, and even if like it seems impossible, if it's a dream of yours, you just got to get out there and do it. For a while, last year, I guess, or maybe in 2017, 2 feet below seemed impossible. Well, started the last year, with our blogs, and now we're just progressing and just building off of what we started and what we're doing. We're just constantly building and dreaming bigger and it's a lot from you guys too, who are watching us and sharing us and all that, and we're making our dream happen, and this is this is for real now, It's not just something that we said, oh, maybe someday, this is gonna be awesome, but this is right now, it's happening. And so whoever you are, crip or not crip, you can do whatever you put your mind to. And so that's just what I wanted to say. And this is Joey, and we love you guys. If you have any comments or questions, don't forget to hit us up and don't be shy. It's all good. We'll see you next time. Jason, I did that thing again. Can you come over here? Jason's gonna fix it. I hit the stop button,